no makeup. I'm in my kitchen, so what do you think we're going to talk about today? Nutrition, your nutrition guide. Wanted to answer some questions because, as you know, I went through this program. I was guided by Beachbody and their nutritionist, as well as Tanya, who is the modifier that you see on all of the programs. So wanted to give you some tips that I got that were really, really helpful. Love this book. In the beginning, as you see, it helps you to calculate your calories, what you're going to use. It also tells you about your meals to pick carbohydrate or protein meals, depending on what your goals are. If you're lacking energy, that probably means you either need more protein or more carbohydrates. I tried to stick with all of the protein meals, and some days I was like, oh my gosh, I think I just need a piece of toast, or I used a pita bread in my lunch, and boom, within a couple hours I felt amazingly, so much better. So follow what you think you need to do, but every few weeks, let's reevaluate, let's talk about it, let's see where you are, and see how you need to adjust it. I personally started with 1,600 calories. That is what the book told me to do. That's what I started with. I did that for about 2 to 3 weeks. My weight was like minimal. And I was feeling good, but I was just getting a little frustrated. I had my coaching call with Beachbody and chatted with a bunch of the girls that were in our group and went down to 1,200. Where I found my happy place was right between 1,200 and 1,400 calories. Some days on that 1,200, especially on the days with double workouts, I could just feel the stomach acid in my stomach. That is not how you want to feel. I don't want anyone to feel starving. I don't want you to feel hungry. Yes, you're going to feel a little bit of hunger at the beginning because it's a big adjustment for some of you on your calories. I promise you, though, that does change as your metabolism changes, as your body changes. What we're not going to do, which most of your programs, especially like MyFitnessPal, will tell you to do, they will tell you to increase your calories based on how many calories you burn on your workouts. We're not doing that. We're just following the guide. We're just following the calories in the guide. That's what's important. It works. I promise you it works. And if we need to adjust it, let's chat about it as we go. I know you'll find that it's more work than you may have done on another program. You need to write down your calories. You need to keep track of your calories either on a piece of paper, on a notepad, in your phone. Use MyFitnessPal, use an app that you're comfortable with, but calories is going to be important. These workouts, although you are burning and you're working hard, they're short. They're 25 minutes. You're not burning 500, 600, 700 calories. You're going to have a great afterburn. It's going to boost your metabolism. It's going to make a big difference in how your body performs, but there's not a huge 600, 700 calories like some maybe hour programs, 90-minute programs that it's going to give you. So you need to be careful on your calories. We do want to watch that. On your meals, I suggest you eat every 2 to 3 hours so that you don't get hungry. Have some healthy snacks. Follow the book. There isn't a whole bunch of recipes in the book. You're going to notice that there's a handful of recipes as a guide. It doesn't mean you have to have those same 5 or 6 recipes for dinner for the entire 10 weeks. It means we want to get a little creative. So they give you this. You have your 25 foods. Love this, love this, love this. Copy it, keep it with you, take a picture of it on your phone. It's just a guide for ideas. I took a picture, kept it on my phone, so no matter where we were, you can go out to eat, you can go to lunch, wherever you are. Don't do the extras. Skip the dressing, do balsamic vinegar. You don't even need the oil, just do some vinegar. Those things are obvious. Use mustard, don't use mayonnaise. So if you're going out and you're ordering, you use this guide, you can still order lunch. You can order half of a sandwich, you can order a salad, you can order a healthy dinner, you can have your shakes. There's a lot of variety on here. They do this because this is for someone, you picked a 25-minute program for a reason. That means you're short on time. That means you are really conscious of how much time you put into your health and your fitness. So they made it really easy to follow. Fast, easy, that's what all of these recipes are. They taste fabulous. I will tell you, the dressing with the orange and the lemon for, I think it's the tilapia or a salad dressing, I used it on everything. Honestly, that was like my favorite go-to. I even added some apple cider vinegar to it. It was fabulous. Used it on everything. Find things that you like. So on these 25 foods, you're going to ask me, is that it? Is that all the foods we're going to have? Are there substitutions? And I want you to think for a minute and just be smart about it. If you see a fish here, yes, great, salmon. You don't have to have salmon every single meal, but let's mix it up. If you're going to switch out something, switch a fish for a fish. You obviously don't have to just have broccoli with every meal. Switch it out with another green vegetable. Have green beans, have kale, have asparagus, but switch it out for a similar vegetable. So on the items you see here, I want you to, you can substitute, but switch it for something like. The things that you have to be careful of is, other than quinoa and brown rice and oatmeal, there really aren't any grains on here, and I'd like you to keep it that way. Don't add in a bunch of grains, don't add in a bunch of bread. There's a half a pita pocket on your lunch. Switch that up if you need to have, you know, one slice of whole grain toast in the morning, because that's what works. I like a slice of whole grain Ezekiel bread with a little bit of peanut butter before my workout, because that's about all I can stomach before a workout. Or I take a half a pita pocket and I scramble my eggs and put them in the pocket. That's the only time I usually have carbs. That works for me. So be creative. That's going to work for you. Most of the fruits you can switch around. Just try to stay away from the high sugar fruits. Avocado is awesome, but watch the measurements. If it says an eighth or a quarter of an avocado, it doesn't mean a half or a whole, because there's a lot of calories and fat in a half or a whole avocado, and I go overboard on avocado. So garbanzo beans is pretty straightforward. You can get creative with that. Chop it up, put your spices, make hummus. Hummus is not, if hummus isn't on here, hummus is basically garbanzo beans and your olive oil. Use a little bit of oil. Get creative. So some of these things you can get creative with. You can create stir fries with these things. You can, when it says chicken, you know, have chicken. If there's a meat, sub out a meat. There is a fabulous recipe that Mark and I like that is the sirloin. But I'll tell you, I don't use sirloin. I use grass-fed fillets. There's no fat. It's the leanest beef I have found. It's grass-fed. I buy the little 3 to 5 ounce fillets, and they're absolutely fabulous. We grill them, we slice them up, we make a huge salad, or we do a ton of veggies, and that's one of my favorite go-tos. The salmon, I love. I also do it on the barbecue. A quick tip for that is put it in foil, or you know those foil pans? I buy a stack of the foil pans from Costco. I spray them with a little bit of olive oil, and I grill everything in there. I throw my veggies in there, put them on the grill. Because what's great is it's almost like giving you a pan to cook in. I put my fish in there, my tomatoes, whatever you want. Grill it up, use it for your meal, and then you get to throw that away. It's fast, it's easy, it's fabulous. If you like to use the grill. I like to use the grill for just about everything because I don't like the smell of fish in my house. On your breakfast, it's going to be whatever you like. There is yogurt on here. Obviously your shakes. Be careful what you're adding to your shakes. If you have a recipe that you normally use, just be cautious of the calories so you're not adding tablespoons of peanut butter and half of a banana, and next thing you know, you add your almond milk, and by the end of the day, you're at 500 or 600 calories. So be careful on your shakes. Add to it. Just be cautious what you're adding. Try to use extracts. Try to use cinnamon. Try to use maybe peanut butter, but a little bit of peanut butter, not a lot. Try to use things like that that's not going to add a whole lot of calories. I use frozen fruit. That's my go-to. That's what I like. I use water, frozen fruit, ice. Sometimes I add a scoop of fiber. That's what works for me. On your snacks, you can be creative. Just look on here, see what's available. Common sense on what you can use. I like sweet potatoes. I grill a whole bunch of them up. I cut them up. I use those for snacks. To me, they're fabulous. Edamame is a great protein source. If you need to, add it to a salad. On the cabbage salad here, it's on one night with the beef. I add a ton of veggies. So I add the red cabbage, I add edamame, I add bell peppers to it. I really add a lot to that cabbage. I use 2 different colors of cabbage because I need a little bit more volume, and I like to add a little bit more creativity to the vegetables. But it's still primarily my meat and my cabbage. I make extra of that. I put it in a huge bowl because I like to have it for lunch, and I throw edamame in there for my lunch, and it's absolutely fabulous. I use the dressing that they suggest. And that's about it. If you feel that you're lacking energy, like I said, it's because you need to have a little more protein or a little more carbohydrate. See what your body responds to. And try not to overload on fruit. Just remember that still has a ton of sugar. If you're getting headaches, it's going to be because you're going too long without eating or you're not getting enough water. You're going to need a ton of water. This is a big change for your body. I really want you to cautiously increase your water. Whatever you think is enough, have double. I'm telling you. I mean, you'll notice you go to drink it and you go, oh my gosh, my body took it in like that. So increase your water. As far as drinks, I would stick to iced tea and adding lemon. I do hot lemon water, most of you know, in the morning. I will post that. It's a fabulous way to start your morning. I personally don't drink coffee. I personally don't recommend coffee. But if you're a coffee drinker, just try to limit your intake to 1 or 2 cups a day. Remember, caffeine, a lot of caffeine will dehydrate you. So coffee, iced tea, if you have excess amount, it will dehydrate you. It actually does the opposite effect. So it doesn't really count towards your water. And for some can notice if your calories are low and you have too much caffeine, you can be in the bathroom a lot. It's not going to feel good. So I think that's about it. The last thing on nutrition I wanted to cover, some of you have asked what else I used during the program. In the test group, we used E&E. That was new to me. I had tasted it before, but I hadn't used it. I really relied on this for my workouts, especially because I did them first thing in the morning. I love E&E. You can use it a couple times a day. It doesn't have a bunch of additives. It was inexpensive. In my opinion, it was pretty inexpensive. 1 scoop has 20 calories. Awesome! It does give you a great energy boost. I don't drink coffee or other caffeine, so for me it was great to have that little boost, but it doesn't make you shaky. So that was a fabulous product. The other thing that I used before every meal, my first 3 weeks I didn't really use any supplements. I just used my Shakeology. I used E&E. I personally didn't use the recovery drink. I love the recovery drink. It's one of my favorite products that Beachbody has. But I have a huge goal weight for me. So I was really trying to keep my calories down. I really wanted food instead of 200 calories in a drink. If you're using the recovery drink, I suggest you use 1 scoop and not 2. For women, I always suggest 1 scoop. I even would do maybe a half a scoop in your big water bottle that you're going to have during your workout if you want to use it. Just watch your calories. Count in the calories. If you're losing weight, if you don't have a lot of weight to lose, and this is primarily to improve your muscle tone and your body, your endurance, your strength, awesome. Use that recovery drink because you definitely have room for that in your calories. After about 3 weeks, I was struggling with where I was on my weight. I was a little frustrated at the beginning of the program. I was doing everything to a T. My weight was taking longer to come off. About that 4th week, everything clicked for me. I do not give up. Focus on your nutrition. It is just important or more important than your workouts. So don't give up. I started to drop, I think after I built the muscle the first 3 weeks, then my body finally started to burn, so I was really happy. My inches and my measurements were awesome. So thank God I had those pictures, thank God I had the inches. But to the supplements, I'll say about week 3, one of the other challengers had mentioned to me that in most of the test groups, they use these vitamins, if you can see them. They're called Slimming Formula. And basically, they naturally boost your metabolism. They have green tea. They have some other things in there. They don't have any herbs. They don't have any crazy, like, appetite suppressants or ephedra or anything like that. They're all natural. I did start using those. I do use them now. I love them. I use them before every meal. If I noticed anything, I maybe noticed that my metabolism seems to stay even, and now that the last couple weeks wasn't on a strict program, I was cheating a little bit more, and I tend to notice my weight stayed right there, as well as I felt like I just relieved a little bit more. It didn't have me running to the bathroom, but I do feel like it made a difference. Maybe it gave me the edge, and my weight was consistently go down, 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 down. So that's what I used. That's what I did. None of that is required. It's absolutely optional, but I like to be honest with you guys. You ask me exactly what I do and what I use. That's what I do. I drink a ton of water. And that's huge. I know that's huge. I also will tell you I stop eating anywhere between 6 and 7, usually 6:30. I don't make too many exceptions on that. If I'm trying to lose weight, I stop eating at 6:30. I have tea. I might have usually before bed, maybe an hour before bed. I will say with my hot tea, I have a handful. When I say handful, I mean 10 almonds. I learned a while back that whatever the almonds do can help you to sleep better. Getting a little bit of protein in your stomach right before you bed can help you not to have like the stomach acids and feel hungry at night. So sometimes I would have that. It wasn't every night, but I did stop eating between 6:30 and 7, and I usually go to bed between 10 and 11. So that was a Shanti thing that I learned a long time ago, and I didn't always stick to it, and this time I was really stuck to it. I didn't have any snacks at night, so that worked for me. And I know this is going to be an awesome experience. I hope these tips helped. I hope you understand the nutrition guide. It's really straightforward. If you have questions, post them, ask me. I'm here for you. Let's make this great. Happy shopping. Make your shopping list. See you soon. Bye.